ever felt like you were falling apart while the world just watched? No help, no questions, just silence. And even in that silence, you kept giving. You gave your time, your heart, your loyalty, your soul. And when you were empty, they walked away like you never existed. They needed your light until you stopped shining. Then suddenly, you were too much, too emotional, too intense. They never said thank you, only goodbye. You kept showing up for people who wouldn't even clap for you behind closed doors. When your world burned, you thought they'd come save you, but they were holding the matches. Now you're standing in the ashes of your own heart, wondering what went wrong. Let me tell you something that nobody told you. God didn't abandon you. He was rebuilding you in silence. The same silence they mistook as your end is the exact silence God used as his workspace. They thought your silence meant weakness, but it meant transformation. They thought your distance meant defeat, but it meant healing. They didn't break you, they revealed you. And that version of you that gave endlessly, apologized constantly, begged to be seen, that version is gone. What's rising now is something unshakable. You don't go back to who you were. After betrayal breaks your back, you become someone they can't reach, someone they'll never understand. You're not bitter, you're just done explaining yourself, done shrinking, done handing out access to people who only knew how to take. You don't need to prove anything now. Your survival is the proof. Your growth is the answer. Your silence is the loudest message. You weren't erased. You were upgraded. They laughed when you were on your knees. They celebrated when you disappeared. They told stories to paint you as the villain in the chapters they wrote about their own guilt. And you kept quiet, not because you were weak, but because you were wise. You knew God was watching. You let him fight the battles you couldn't. And now he's preparing the stage, not to return you to who you were, but to unveil who you're. Stronger, colder, clearer, not cruel, just complete. They'll scroll one day and see you, not the broken you they left behind, but the reborn you they never imagined would rise. And it'll hit them, not as guilt, but as a regret they'll carry forever. They didn't lose someone ordinary. They lost a blessing they couldn't recognize. You weren't a chapter, you were the whole book. And they tore out the pages because they couldn't handle the plot twist. But you kept writing, kept building, kept becoming. And now God is about to do something wild. He's going to restore you in front of every person who tried to reduce you. He's going to let them watch you glow in spaces they swore you'd never enter. You're not coming back to clap back. You're coming back to rise back. And that rise will be silent, calm, powerful. They thought the silence meant you were done. But silence is where the real ones grow. It's where purpose takes form. It's where warriors are born. They wanted you to become like them. Cold, bitter, fake. You didn't. You stayed real. You stayed grounded. You stayed kind even when it hurt. And now kindness is your weapon. Peace is your power. And time is going to humiliate every soul that doubted you. God doesn't make announcements. He makes impact. And that impact is coming. Let them remember every time they ignored your pain. Let them feel the echo of your absence when your presence no longer shows up. Not out of hate, but out of healing. The old you would have tried to fix it. The new you just lets it go. You see, God didn't let them leave to hurt you. He let them walk because where you're going they can't follow. They weren't qualified to go where your purpose lives. You weren't too much. You were too real, too raw, too powerful for their comfort zones. And now your peace isn't negotiable. Your energy is sacred. Your circle is small, not because you're arrogant, but because you finally know your worth. And those who can't match your value, they don't belong in your frequency. Let them go. Watch how quiet your life becomes when you stop watering dead gardens. That's not loss, that's liberation. That's not revenge, that's elevation. You're not healing to return. You're healing to rise, to evolve, to dominate silently. They thought they humbled you by leaving.